And welcome back to Sports Check on this Monday morning. Well, it's an eve of the semi-finals of Chan Pamoja 2024. So remember, 3:30 p.m. we start with the Dunda Dunda until very late, until we know who the finalists are going to be. So do not miss the action because Chan, Iko KBC. Our sign language interpreter is our bottom right of your screen, is Ann Wangeshi. We move into a conversation. And this is about cycling. And over the weekends, namjue mtamaliza event yenu mapema. Chan iko KBC. Final is at 6. So we've got Jeremiah Njanja. He is, with Whistle Tours and Whistle Africa Tours and Events. Karibu. And
thank you.
Then next to him is Kate Kendi and his right legs. So there is something common about them. They are all into cycling, and we've got the Hell's Gate Biking Fest taking place on the 30th and the 31st of August. So, Jeremiah, let me just start with you. This event being held in the National Park. There's a story from last year. Tell us now what you bring into the current, into 2025.
This is the 4th edition of this event. And this year we are more excited because we have in more numbers. We have more participation from recreational riders, amateurs, because initially we've been doing professional riders mostly. But now this year we've managed to have more numbers and more registrations from amateurs and recreational riders. So this year we're bringing more numbers and also more vibe in terms of our other secondary activities alongside cycling.
All right, and you could just give the vibe around this, because anytime there is a sporting event now, there is always a sub-event or sub-events.
Yeah, sporty people love having fun, and that is what we give them at Hell's Gate Biking Fest. So we have a festival village for spectators and also for cyclists. After you're done with your race, we have a sitting area where you can sit, enjoy a cup of coffee, enjoy a beer. We have food vendors on site. Then we also have music going on for both days. And the highlight of the event is camping, the camping night, whereby we have camping inside the park, right next to the festival village, whereby you can catch a story with your fellow cyclists. We have bonfires, and then we also have a very cool music going on at the camping night.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me come to you, Kendi. You are with Cycle Africa Bikes, and it's all about how someone gets ready for this event when it comes to a bike. You do not have one here, but take us through every check for example, this Hell's Gate Biking Fest. That's gravel, is what you'd consider. So just take us through that.
So for the event, people will be required to have bikes. For those who also don't have bikes, we have them covered. So we are hiring also bikes and also the protective gears. That is very essential when you're going for rides. You'll need your helmet, your guards, your gloves. So Cycle Africa is there for you. It's going to hire the bikes, the helmets, and also the gears to equip you ready for the ride.
Just take us through preparing. I have my bicycle here. What are the checks first of all, what is required of a gravel bike? Because I would think I can come with my mountain bike, or I may get a specialized gravel bike.
So for the ride, you can either use the gravel bike or the mountain bike, depending on your comfort, how you're comfortable with. So for the gravel bike, you'll need your bike, and then you also need your protective gears, as I said. And for the mountain bike, the difference between a mountain bike and a gravel bike. So for a mountain...
Yeah, that's the first difference.
Yes, so the mountain bike, you can use it off-road and also on-road, and so applies to the gravel bike. But then the difference comes in the tires and also in the stability of the bike. So for the beginners, we usually advise you to take a mountain bike. But then for those who are advanced, we also advise you to take the gravel bike. Yes.
So just give us that little difference as to why somebody who's a beginner should not use a gravel bike.
For someone who's a beginner, they'll use a mountain bike because you move and then you're not stable. So to make you stable, you need to take something that has a wider tire, and that is the mountain bike. So for the gravel bike, the tire is slim. So the stability of it, it needs you to be so stable in riding a bike, to be professional in mountain bike so that you can advance to gravel.
Let me come to you, Liz, and take us through, you train people to ride, beginners, you do it in the forest. Take us through, that first moment when you are riding and you thought someone was still holding on to that saddle, and then it was gone.
To be honest, I've not had the experience where somebody was holding on and then the saddle is gone.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
suddenly, the hand was gone and you're riding on your own. The first moment, you're trying to balance.
Yeah.
Unajua kila mtu lazima uyumbayumbe.
Yeah, true.
Then, as you're going straight, somebody says, wacha aende. When you look back,
I go down. So we try not to get to that. So when you are training somebody, we take them through the basic safety measures that they should take. Say, for example, I'm teaching you how to ride. For the first time, you've never hopped on a bike before. I won't let you go until I see that you are ready and comfortable to go on your own. Nitakushikilia, you tell me, niwachilie, I see that you are not ready, I won't let go. But when I feel you are ready, I'll let you go kidogo, nakushikilia kidogo, hivyo, yeah. So that's how we do it.
and taking somebody through the paces so that they can understand, for example, let's start with, appropriate dressing
Yeah.
to avoid, for example, you may have trousers that maybe get caught in the chains and that.
Yeah.
How do you advise somebody when it comes to the gear that they have?
So we advise our beginners to first equip themselves with a helmet if you are not comfortable using the ones we provide, because again, for helmet, much of hygiene is needed. Also, you need to have these head wraps to enable absorb the sweats, and then you need to have the gloves for better grip, because as you cycle, your hands sweat and you could just slip off. Yeah. Then you need to have a padded biker or the tights, which Cycle Africa sells. So the padded biker help in the comfort your bum, so that you don't hurt yourself or you don't feel uncomfortable after the ride, because sometimes you find that for a first-time cyclist or rather learner, they hold on to the bikes like their lives depend on it. Unajipata umekaa kabisa. Yeah, so that helps a lot. And then you need to have shoes with proper grip so that you don't keep sliding off, and maybe if
Sliding off the pedals.
Yes.
Now, once somebody starts getting through this, what's the kind of experiences that you want them so that they can, the next thing they do if they're to take part in a, say like the Health Biking Fest, is the endurance required for such an event?
So after we've trained you, we don't let you go at that stage of training. Maybe you've done first session, second sessions. We organize an excursion, take you inside the forest or off-road terrains to basically see how you can perform if you decide to join another cycling company or rather to participate in the event he's organizing. Yeah, so also it's good to just see how to engage. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me come to you, Jeremiah, and let's talk about the event. Over 2 days, the distances being covered, and the kind of experience or how you're going to categorize people, those who may be beginners and those who may be real good at it.
Yeah. So we have day one. Day one is pretty much of warm-ups. We have a shorter race, which is 21 kilometers. 21 kilometers is fit for kids from above 7 years, going all the way to 80s if you're fit at that age. And then we also have, we allow people to ride across the park just for recreational ride in case you're not taking part in the 21 kilometers, so that you can just warm up. Then day two, we have the main race, which is now the 50 kilometers. And the 50 kilometers is inside Hell's Gate National Park. So we cycle from the gate, going all the way up to Olkaria, and then back to the festival village, which is at Fisher's Tower. So that the 50 kilometers is the toughest race of the event. But then we've seen participation from the elderly, from kids, from professional bikers as well as recreational riders. So our races are all open to both professional and just that weekend recreational rider. Yeah.
Let's give us a whole idea, because once you mention Hell's Gate, people see the rally part of it.
Yes.
But just give us a whole idea about the how much elevation one may get, or if it's basically something what you call a flat course.
Yeah. The 21 kilometers is relatively flat with a small elevation of about 1450. But then the 50 kilometers is a bit tough. The elevation goes all the way to about 3,200. Because happening inside the park, there's rugged terrain, there's very hilly parts of the park, especially the parts that neighbor the Maasai village, the Olkaria side. Yeah.
Can see that. And one of the things is this is a national park. Just give us, the whole working plan, how you bring in the Kenya Wildlife Service, who are the custodians of this park, and the guidelines they give you, so that if anybody is going there, they just know, for example, don't go dumping your plastic up in a pale. If you want to have some meat, you don't eat what you eat.
Yeah. So number one, I would like to thank Kenya Wildlife Service for the support they've given us for over a period of 3 years that we've had the event. Up to this time, we're doing the 4th edition. We have several strategies that we use to make sure that we leave the park as sustainable as we found it. So number one, we have noise management strategy, because we have music going on and it's inside the park. Then we also have a RITA management strategy that we do write up, and then it's approved by Kenya Wildlife Service and also Kenya Wildlife Research Institute. So that's why we actually have a festival village where we centralize all these secondary activities to make sure that if you come with you're having food, you can only eat it at the festival village. We prohibit plastics at the event because plastics are not allowed into the Kenya National Parks. So we encourage people to come with refillable water bottles, and cyclists are actually very sustainable because every cyclist has their own bottle on the bike. But for the spectators who come, we normally advocate them to come with the reusable water bottles. Yeah, then we also have KWS also taking care of the interaction between the participants and the animals. So they also provide security at the event site to make sure that nobody gets injured or nobody gets to interact with the wildlife. However, I'll say Hell's Gate is a very friendly park. Actually, it's one of the parks that you can walk and cycle even on your own on a normal day. So the animals there are friendly. We only have herbivores. We don't have predators. So it's a very safe park to do such kind of an event. Yeah.
So, Kate, there is something Liz has mentioned, and it's all about the safety gear. And first of all, we know the gloves, they're absorbent inside. But take us through, these aspects of a helmet and what one should do to make sure that it is affordable. Or can I use the helmet? Najua kama ile ya nduthi, still the same. If I really can't afford a pro helmet like this one.
So at Cycle Africa, we actually look into getting helmets that are affordable for everyone. Let's take, for instance, this one that is here. So this helmet goes for 6,500. But then the safety is on the inside. So there's a caution on the inside.
Actually, there's a camera, so so you can lift it and you can show it. Yeah, the safety aspects of it.
Yes, so there is a caution inside. So once you fall, the helmet is going to protect your head. You can get a plaster for your hand, but once you get injured on the head, there's no replacing. So the helmet in the inside, it has a cushion. So once maybe you fall, the cushion prevents you from having an injury on the head. So the hiring of the helmet, we are giving it at 500.
Let just handle this. And there's something I've noticed, for example, when you take a look, this, when you put it on, this it's more like, very much like a golf hat. And when you put that, which are the key, when I look at it, it looks, there is some little bit of protection just for the neck, you could just take us this part similar.
Oh, so this part, let's say you have, you know, people have different head sizes. So, let's say for instance, you take this helmet. So, maybe I can show you from putting it on.
Yes.
Once you put it on like this, at the back, this thing you use to adjust it so that it can fit to your head, so that it does not have space. And then once you put it here, you're supposed to be, you're supposed to have 2 fingers should come here. So it's not tied to the face, and also 2 fingers.
Actually, you can just show us the 2 fingers
Yes,
for safety so that it doesn't strangle you.
Yeah, so that it does not strangle you. And also, it's not supposed to be too tight to the head, so that once you fall, you don't break your neck, maybe. Yes.
And it's felt that it's all between the cushion that is inside and the strapping, it tends to bounce.
Yes.
Now, that is one thing that everyone might get. The other one I asked is, Sasa, kama sijapata hii anduthi, can I use it?
No, you cannot.
Why?
You cannot use that one.
Why?
Because this one is specifically made for the riding of the bikes. But then when you go kwa hiyo ya nduthi, sasa tuseme umeanguka. Okay, that is specifically made for riding motorbikes. So ukianguka, there is that inakuja hadi huko. But then there are also people who do it for enduro. So, but this one...
This one.
Yeah, this one is the one.
And also the aerospaces.
Yes.
Remember your pendulum using so you don't want to use a lot of energy. Ile anduthi iko na so much resistance to the wind. And this one has these holes where air passes through. So it's breathing your head and also allowing you to
Air
move
conditioning,
faster.
and it also helps
Yes.
cut through the winds. And Liz, let me come to you now. Preparing for a competition, you're a cycling coach, so I know you'd want to do the 50K. Preparing for an event like this, because, or even, yes, why not? Or basically preparing for an event like this, in the build-up to the weekend, what's the process that everyone must go through?
For those
for one, mainly I'm looking more towards the pro side, because for the amateurs,
Yeah, for us, like we mentioned that we train amateurs, total beginners. So for you to build the endurance, we take you through different terrains, different kilometers. We can start with a 10 km, 20 km, like that, until you get where you feel you are comfortable to participate in such a race. Alternatively, if we are not going to race, we go for the vibes. You do the family trails, less than 50K. Yeah.
Now, on race day, I have been with marathoners, and their race day breakfast is something you find a little bit unusual. What's a cyclist's race day breakfast? I mean, meal in the morning. What is it that they take?
Wow. For me, I take lots of proteins, yes. Yeah, I don't know whether a nutritionist will agree with that. I don't know.
What would you advise? I mean, given that you're going to do 50 km, I'm just trying to imagine for those who take breakfast, size kama ya hii, hivi, and the digestion starts 1 hour later and you're cycling, utaweza. What's the best way to manage?
So mostly, just like Lisa said, proteins, something that will stick in your stomach but won't be so heavy to avoid issues with your stomach when you're pedaling. Then some cyclists will also go for a lot of fruits. Then even in the race, we have a fruit break. We have a watering point where we provide water and also fruits, because fruits are needed. They're not heavy on your stomach, but at least they can keep your stomach engaged. So you need food that will help you to have that endurance while on the bike, but not too heavy in your stomach. Yeah.
Well, which is very, very critical for it. And Candice, now, looking at how things that everyone must have if you're going to do a race like this, You say even if it's a 21-kilometer race, the short one, what is it that you must have? You see, the cycling kits have got very many pockets. What is it that you must have in case you need to fix something on your bike?
In case you need to fix anything on your bike, you usually need a Allen key, a pump, which is so essential, and also the puncture kit. So the puncture kit, you'll use it maybe when you're racing and you get a puncture. You can stop, and we'll be having mechanics actually. So you can just stop, and then the mechanic can come and fix it for you. But the essential, you need to have Allen key, a pump, and in general, a toolkit. Yes.
How heavy should the toolkit be?
The toolkit is usually small. So it's a small size. Inside it has a pump, it has an Allen key, the tire levers, and also the puncture kit. So it's quite small. It looks like a small water bottle. So you can put it where you usually put your water bottle. There are some bikes which you can put two. So you can put a water bottle at the front, and then at the frame, which is at the back, you can put the toolkit. Yeah.
And for you to maintain that, to ensure that, for example, if you're going to go through gravel, how do you check if your tires look right?
For you to check if your tires look right.
I mean, the grip, if you ukikana tire kinakaa kama ulimi, the cop will definitely do this, and you can't reach gravel. So just take us through that.
On the tire, you can see the patterns on it. So if your tire is worn out, you need to replace it. So for you to have a smooth ride, you need to have a tire that has good grip. So you have to check if your tire is smooth. Kama imekuwa smooth sana, and it had some patterns on it, you need to change it.
All right. So Jeremiah, for anyone who would like to register for this, to participate in this event at pro level, what's in it for them, and also how do they get to you?
So for the professional riders, the registration is on our event website, which is www.hellsgatebikingfest.com. That's www.hellsgatebikingfest.com. Then the registration starts from 2,500. That is for one race. For two races, if you would like to do 50 and 21, is 4,000. Then you're also having a group discounts for group of 5, teams of 10. And then what's in it for you? That registration is inclusive of the park entry fees. It's inclusive of access to the festival village. Then we also have cycling medals. And then there's a cash prize for the professional riders in the 50-kilometer race, which is 100,000 in total to be distributed to both winners in the women and men category. Yeah.
So there is some money to be made over the weekend. That's on Sunday.
That's on Sunday.
All right. One last thing, and I want you to speak to us, because when you say you operate from Karura,
yes,
conservation is something that I would like you to close with, especially in national parks and these green spaces that we have.
In regards to conservations, like he did mention about plastics. Plastics are a menace. So we encourage our students or any other cycling or anyone accessing the national parks. Leave your plastics at home, leave your plastic wraps at home, and carry something that is reusable. If you have a wrap that is plastic, unwrap whatever you want to eat, beba uchafu yako, peleka nyumbani. Yes.
Watu watabeba sausage sasa ya kuchoma. It's always in a plastic wrap, but thank you very much. Jeremiah, Janja, Kid Candy, and Nightleys. The Hellsgate Bike Fest is over the weekend. 50 km? That would be some way to unwind after Chan 2024. Thank you very much for being with us over the past 2 hours. Our sign language interpreter has been Anwangeshi. My name is Daniel Wahome. Coming up next, Kurunzi Mashinani and Tamrini.